Written by William Shakespeare around 1595 to 1596 in London, A Midsummer Night's Dream is a quintessential Elizabethan comedy. Set in a mythical version of ancient Athens and an enchanted surrounding forest, the plot weaves together three threads: the impending marriage of Duke Theseus and Hippolyta, the chaotic flight of four young lovers, and a troupe of amateur actors rehearsing a play. Central to the chaos are the fairy king Oberon and queen Titania, whose marital spat leads the mischievous sprite Puck to use a love potion, causing accidental infatuation and hilarious transformations. The play explores the thin line between reality and illusion through a whimsical, lyrical style, asserting that the course of true love never did run smooth. Act 1. The play opens with Theseus, the Duke of Athens, and Hippolyta, the Queen of the Amazons, discussing their upcoming wedding. Their dialogue represents stability and maturity. However, this piece is interrupted by Aegis, a nobleman who demands that his daughter, Hermia, marry Demetrius. Hermia is in love with Lysander. They plan to escape Athens that night and reveal their plan to Helena, who is desperately in love with Demetrius. In a bid to win back Demetrius's favor, Helena decides to betray her friend and tell him about the elopement. The setting shifts to a group of working-class craftsmen, known as the Mechanicals. Led by Peter Quince, they meet to cast a play, which they hope to perform for the Duke's wedding. The scene is dominated by Nick Bottom, a boisterous weaver who believes he can play every role better than anyone else. This scene introduces a comic contrast to the high-stakes drama of the lovers and prepares the audience for the intersection of these two groups in the woods. In the enchanted forest, Oberon, king of the fairies, argues with his queen, Titania, over a changeling boy she refuses to relinquish. Seeking revenge, Oberon instructs his mischievous servant, Puck, to use a magical flower that causes love at first sight. He plans to make Titania fall in love with the first creature she sees upon waking, hoping this will distract her and allow him to take the changeling. Observing Helena's desperate love for Demetrius, Oberon orders Puck to use the potion on Demetrius as well, ensuring he will love Helena. However, Puck mistakenly administers it to Lysander, who, upon waking, falls madly in love with Helena. When Oberon realizes the error, he has Puck apply the potion to Demetrius as well, causing both men to pursue Helena and abandon Hermia. Act 3. As tensions rise, Helena believes the men are mocking her, while Hermia grows distraught over Lysander's sudden rejection. The two women argue, and the men prepare to duel over Helena. Oberon orders Puck to restore order by leading them through the forest in a fog until they collapse from exhaustion. He then applies an antidote to Lysander so that he will love Hermia again. Meanwhile, the amateur actors rehearse near Titania's bower. Puck mischievously transforms Bottom's head into that of a donkey. When Titania awakens under the potion's influence, she falls in love with the transformed Bottom, doting on him absurdly. Oberon, amused by the spectacle but feeling remorse for Titania, lifts the enchantment, and she reunites with him, forgetting her infatuation with Bottom. With order restored, Oberon blesses Theseus's upcoming marriage. Theseus and Hippolyta, out hunting in the forest, discover the sleeping lovers. When they awaken, Demetrius, still under the potion's effect, now truly loves Helena, while Lysander loves Hermia as before. Theseus overrules Aegis and permits both couples to marry alongside him and Hippolyta. Puck also removes the spell from Bottom, who awakens believing his experience with Titania was merely a bizarre dream. 5. The lovers return to Athens and celebrate a triple wedding. The amateur actors perform their play, Pyramus and Thisbe, a hilariously lousy tragedy that entertains the noble audience with its exaggerated performances and comical errors. As night falls, Oberon and Titania bless the newlyweds. In a final monologue, Puck asks the audience for forgiveness if they were offended, suggesting that the entire play may have been nothing more than a dream. This play serves as Shakespeare's most profound meditation on the irrationality of love and the power of the imagination. By juxtaposing the rigid, patriarchal laws of Athens with the lawless, moonlit woods, Shakespeare highlights the theme of order versus chaos. The author's motivation appears to be a celebration of the lunatic, the lover, and the poet, suggesting that all three share a unique vision of the world. Artistically, the work is a masterpiece of symmetrical structure and meta-theater, a play within a play. The character of Bottom the Weaver, who remains unfazed even when transformed into a donkey, symbolizes the endearing resilience of the human spirit. Technically, the shift between iambic pentameter for the nobles and rhyming verse for the fairies creates a distinct tonal texture. In contemporary contexts, the play remains vital as we re-examine its gender dynamics, specifically the agency of the female characters. Modern interpretations often emphasize the darker, more psychological aspects of the forest, viewing it not just as a place of whimsy but as a space for the subconscious to play out desires that society typically suppresses. It remains a favorite for adaptation because it mirrors our struggle to distinguish what is real from what we merely imagine.